What's up, everyone? I am Ernest Dove. This is the New York Mets Dove Report, doing a little daily Mets farm system recap of the earlier games that were played in AAA, AA, and Low A. Yes, St. Lucie Mets, they were allowed to actually play another game. Let's start at the top in AAA. Christian Scott was absolutely dominant. His line, 5 innings, 2 hits, 0 earned runs, 1 walk, 7 strikeouts. He threw 94 to 97. His kind of sweeper slider was just dominating all 5 innings. Also, continued to throw with a lot of legit pitch command. Like, it's really surprising how good the pitch command has been in his first 2 outings. He struggled in the last outing, still throwing strikes. Here, he put it all together, had a dominant outing. Also of note, Ryan Lambert, when he got roughed up in his first outing, throwing about 94 in the cold at the beginning of the season for AAA. He's now been really good since, and this time was his best of the 3 so far, I believe. Ryan Lambert pitched the scoreless 8th inning today for the Syracuse Mets. He was throwing 98, and I believe he topped 99. This is obviously what you want to see from Ryan Lambert, going 97, hopefully to 100. That's his thing. Real quiet, real quick, Jonathan Pintaro. He's been up and down for a couple of years. Starter, swingman, pen arm. All of a sudden, he's coming in at the end of the game getting the save. It's his best early outing of the AAA season for him, pitching 1 inning with 2 Ks. I believe he got it to about 95, and again, got the save. Offensively, one main guy to mention, Christian Pache, hit about 109 exit velo home run today. He went 2 for 4. Looks like he's had hits now in the last couple of games after starting off really, really slow for the first few games in Syracuse. Down to AA. He's a guy I've been talking about for a little while, Will Watson. I've been up and down on Will Watson, to be honest. If you've seen my shows in the past, he's a guy I've been ranking a couple of other starting pitchers ahead of him. And when the reason being, hasn't been completely sure if Will Watson can be a full-time, legit rotation starting pitcher. I've been kind of worried about his pitch command, if that can turn him into a high-volume long man or reliever. But in this game, not a long outing. 4 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, only 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. The most important thing for Will Watson today, for me, 42 of 63 pitches, 4 strikes. That's the main stat line for Will Watson today. Ongoing, I want to see. He's been like a 3 to 4-ish inning guy for last season, and now doing some piggybacking and everything else last year. Is he going to be a 5-6 inning guy this year? If he does, with anything close to this type of pitch command, that'll put him right back on track where he belongs with his overall filthy stuff when he's at his best. One guy who made a comeback, I believe it's his first outing of the year. He's been sitting on the player development list. Brian Matuire got into the game today in AA, had a scoreless inning with a strikeout. I do like him. He's an older guy. I believe he's about 28 at this point, pushing 29. So it's not really about the age, youth, development. I see him as a major league depth pen arm. So I'm going to continue to root for Brian Matuire. If he makes it to the major leagues, remember you heard about him here first as a kind of a sleeper, quiet, depth guy you don't know a lot about until he's there. Way down in Low A, it's all major leaguers at this point. It was rehabber after rehabber, starting with A.J. Minter, who pitched a scoreless inning as the St. Lucie Mets finally got to play a game and continue the game from a couple of days ago. He had a hitless inning, 1 K, 6 of 9 pitches for strikes. Looks like he topped out about 93-ish miles per hour. I believe some probably are hoping, hope it's 94, 95. We shall see. He only threw 9 pitches. Good overall outing, obviously, with the pitch command. Following him, Nate Lavender, old friend Nate Lavender is back in the organization. He also had a slow kind of comeback to things I've talked about on prior shows, even coming back from the surgery. Then he had a minor procedure last offseason as well before coming back to the Mets. He was back, had a hitless inning, 2 strikeouts. The first strikeout was 95 miles an hour. He was more 93, 94 the rest of the inning. Absolutely wonderful start for Nate Lavender back in the organization. Another guy back, Tommy Pham, comes in first rehabbing at bat, or not rehabbing, he's just coming back into the baseball, playing for St. Lucie. He gets a hit off Trey Savage, who's rehabbing for the Toronto Blue Jays. So, hey, good hit. You can't just say Tommy Pham's getting hits off of A-ball pitchers because that's a major league pitcher. Let's see what the Mets want to do with Tommy Pham this season and early. The other main thing to talk about, here's another guy making an outing. Craig Kimbrell is still with the Mets. He agreed to have the situation of being on the St. Lucie Mets roster, comes in, has a scoreless inning. I believe he topped 94, which for him, I believe is pretty good. I believe he was more 91, 93 in spring training. You'll take 94 in this one outing. He threw a bunch of strikes. I think it was 7 of 9. Overall, good outing. Lots of good rehabbing stuff. I'm excited. There'll be more games, obviously, later tonight. I can try to make another video. Thank you guys for watching New York Mets Dove Report. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment. Do you want to see Tommy Pham and Craig Kimbrell back with the Mets or pitching for the Mets, hitting for the Mets? And how excited are you about my guy, Nate Lavender? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys next time.